How's it going, everyone? I'm trying something new with this video. If you saw one of my most recent videos, I posted a full game of Doctor Strange playing against Magneto on heroic difficulty. I did end up winning, but I had made a rules mistake, so I wanted to try it again as I try to chronicle beating every scenario in the game on heroic difficulty using a different hero. I also recognize, though, that this might take many attempts to do. So if I only post the win, I might give you the wrong impression that, oh, I posted 2 videos, they're wins both times, this is easy peasy. But at the same time, I don't want to post 5 2-hour videos where I'm losing every time, and that might lose your trust in me showing you good games all the time. So I have tried to do something today where I am posting what I believe is a win of Doctor Strange against Magneto on heroic difficulty. Please watch my gameplay, let me know if I made any mistakes. But I've also cut together little bits of each loss I had as I was attempting to record this final win. As it turned out, you might tell from the video length, it didn't actually take me that many times to win, so it might not be the best representation of this idea. But part of this strategy of mine was I'm going to be talking less during the game. If you've watched videos on my channel before, you know I talk through everything that's going on, all the actions I'm taking, what are the strategy decisions I'm making. But I hope you can understand, if I'm recording 10 games in a row, it actually gets pretty exhausting talking through all of that if it's going to take a lot of attempts to get the win. So in the full gameplay video you're going to see, hopefully you can still generally follow along. I use hand motions and such to sort of indicate what's happening. But like I said, I'm sort of making it a little easier for myself to reach this compromise where I can still show you part of the journey that leads to me ultimately beating scenario on heroic difficulty, while still achieving my self-indulgent goal of posting my win. So you're going to see a little clip from one of my losses, in fact my only loss, and then the full video will still be just like any video. It'll be a full game, but just with some less talking. So hope you enjoy that. I'm curious to know your thoughts afterwards, and let me know in the comments what you think. But anyways, enjoy this game of Doctor Strange Leadership versus Magneto Heroic. I am scooping the game from this board state. I'm 2 hours in. I haven't done a single damage to Magneto stage 2. We've got 3 minions, helmet, armor, and bubble, 3 acceleration icons on the main scheme with 6 threat. So I don't see it happening here. I'm not going to clean up everything here. I'm down to 2 health. I don't think it was really one thing in this game. I got the boost that exhausts my identity a lot. Just a few bad combos, never really got traction, had to fight to survive every single turn. Didn't get any of my broken turns with Winds of Watum, and now we're this far into the game and I haven't really achieved a momentum. So I'm going to save myself some time and scoop this one. So loss number 1. For this game, I'm shuffling around the allies a little bit. I'm taking out Professor X and Kalu, adding Hawkeye back in, and adding White Tiger. I know White Tiger is one of the best leadership allies, but I was a little hesitant to play her because she's not a good make-the-call target, and she's not a good summoning spell hit. But I think she's powerful enough to give her a try. Kalu is pretty rarely played. I never make the call for him over like Maria Hill or Nick Fury. He's also pretty mediocre summoning spell hit. I'm also bringing Hawkeye back in. I had taken Hawkeye out because I was just needing to block with him too much, not making use of his arrow counters. But I've kind of solved that problem a bit with the Triskelion. I can reserve 1 ally slot for him to stick around while I still cycle through the others with blocks. Professor X, I've had some pretty redundant confuses. I think I've got enough ways to confuse, and we stay in hero form all game, so the confuse isn't as valuable. The other modes aren't always the most valuable. So shuffling around the allies, see if this gives me a better shot. Definitely keeping summoning spell. Quinn Carrier's in the middle. It's a good one, but it's kind of like the fourth one I want to get into play behind Sorcerer Supreme, Cloak, and Eye. This is actually a pretty bad hand. I'm gonna keep it on top. Ooh. Well, I could play Rocket with that. But I wouldn't play the Eye. I'd rather play the Eye. Discard Rocket, end of turn. Not a very efficient turn one. Chose to play the Eye instead of making the call Rocket. Just to set up a resource generator. Pretty decent turn, actually, from the villain deck. Discard this. Probably not going to remove the armor for a while. Make the call Maria. Next card is Winds. This could be a good turn. Ah, I can't get this out of there. I'd be okay letting this advance if we weren't at Sabotage Master mode right now. Got Wong in the deck to mill over a card. So I'll keep Master in hand for the Winds next turn. Didn't draw Wong, but we got White Tiger. So we got a 2 and 3 to draw it. Also, we could get a status somehow. I actually think I should have taken that attack in case we get Master of Magnetism. Oh, I got Protective Ward though. Oh. Give this my D20 since we won't be addressing that the rest of the game. Okay, this will be warded. Right, cross our fingers for Wong. Wouldn't be the end of the world. Nice. Well, I have to use this as a resource to play him. Well, still the best play. Question is, do I wins right now? Okay, in the interest of time, I have all the information I need to find out what this last card is. I'm going to peek at what the last card is. Interesting. All right, let's discard this. And wins. Absolutely useless. Attack. You can attack to get one of these out of the way. Or just play images. Images will be good next turn, though. End of turn discard. Give him a third magnet counter too. Would have to lose Wong. Easy choice. Summoning spell's pretty high upside right now. As good as Quinn Carrier would be. Whew. I'll draw 3. Make the call for 4. Get this back. Might be the first time I've ever drawn this and it hasn't hit a tough or killed an ally. Okay, this is stabilized. This is excellent. And we're still on main scheme 1. Oh, let's go. Master. Master. Some side-by-sides would have been nice. want to get some of these cards back in the discard before I re-go through the deck. I need some allies like ready to block. Main scheme. Nice. Now I'll make the call for Nick. So these are certainly spent. Is this in the discard by the time? Yeah. Draw 3. caught off guard protection. I don't think I'll ever use this, so I'm just going to stack it. That's going to make me forget I have it. But my board is so full. Oh, and we saw this already. This is Delgado. Teamwork. Oh, I don't have rocket. Well, this is a large number of minions. I think I just make the call Nick first, go from there. So I can play both copies of Side by Side and Seven Rings. Paying 1 for rings. Sorry, instead of spending that, let's spend, because if this next card is Winds of Watu, I want to play that. Okay, I'm going to spend this instead of, no, okay, I'm going to spend Master of the Mystic Arts. Or no, I'm going to spend Make the Call instead of Master of the Mystic Arts to play the 7 rings. Wait, and then, what did I just do? Is this right? No, this Make the Call. Spend that instead of this for that 7 rings. Doesn't matter. Side by side. Buffing stats. Thwart this for 3. Well, might still matter. Attack Amelia for 3. Side by side, no, sorry. Trying to think. Been ready 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. First was 7 rings. Second was this. Third, I haven't done, and I get a 4th. Just checking I'm not supposed to be exhausted right now, am I? No, because we're ready from this, ready from the first side by side. Okay. Remove my confusion. Side by side. Heal. Attack, remove the stun. Long finish off Delgado. This is a boost. And end the turn. We'll start doing damage at some point, I promise. Ah, exactly 6. Probably got underfire coming here. Ooh, that's a lucky time to draw that and keep the tough. Gang up, we'll hit the tough on someone. There's underfire. Kind of a bad hand. Let's get some more action. Gonna have Hawkeye and White Tiger thwart this. For 3. Magneto attacks. Gonna let this go on the tough. Well, my whole hand is very ally focused, so going to be inefficient. Possibly was supposed to remove my stun and then attack to get rid of this since I have the resources to do it. If I could pick two more allies to get in play, I mean, Rocket and Hawkeye are good ones. Oh no, but I can't make the call twice. Pay 2 Maria. Oh, that is some action. Heck yes. Yeah, that's great. I'm gonna go White Tiger. White Tiger is the worst to make the call, so I'd rather block with these. Ah, it's too late. But I should have just not given myself the tough so that I could Vapors that. But we didn't know that would be next. So what am I doing if I side by side? Not much. Okay, I'm gonna make the call Rocket. I think Rocket's better than Hawkeye. I'll heal 1. I actively want this to hit my tough. But also, yeah, I actively want my tough to go away so I can Vapors. We get up to 3. Might miss. Nice. Okay, that was all from the attack. We still got our 2 cards. And unlike if you saw my previous game, I kept my full game, I kept Protective Ward in hand a lot to play around this, but we're still on main scheme 1, so I don't need to have inefficient turns just to keep a Protective Ward in hand. And now, I mean, we're rolling right now. If I don't win this, I don't deserve to ever win this. So I'm just need to make sure I don't make any mistakes. I'm going to have a lot of action this turn, so allies are a low priority. Three cards left. Heal. Side by side. Buff. Attack. Spend band together for 1. Mental. Energy physical. Hold on. Okay. So I won't quite have some of these in the deck, but that's fine. Play wins. Oh yeah. Attack for 3. First real damage. Let's go. side by side. I'm gonna heal. Two crimson bands. I don't think I'll keep Make the Call in hand. I will keep Magic Blast as a form of action. We'll have long attack again while we're buffed. Just do some opportunistic attacks or just be super conservative. I want to get White Tiger back in the deck. Gonna have White Tiger attack for 2. I'm gonna take that one back. I think I need to play around Metal Shards just a hair, but I'm gonna discard this end of turn. Okay, we don't have the Spiritual Meditation in hand, which is the best to deal with that. Yeah, I don't have Protective Ward. So if I Master of the Mystic Arts, I think I still need to pay this cost before it gets canceled because it's to the left of the arrow. We might draw Spiritual Meditation with Nick, though. So triggering the special is not playing an event, so I can still do this. Oh, these are gone. Nice. Okay, well, I'll pay 2 for summoning spell. I don't want to get the ruling wrong, whatever. But this will get canceled. Just rip a Crimson Bands in there. Keep this thing moving. Pay 2, exhaust, Crimson Bands. On to stage 3. 22 health. It's still stunned, right? Oh, the stun even happens first, actually. Yeah, there's no chance of getting that wrong. All right, Master of the Mystic Arts. Change your tough to a confuse. Got to do some thwarting here. Okay, well, okay. Nick thwarts for 2 on the main scheme. So now it definitely won't advance if I don't deal with this right away. I feel like I've got the stun, I've got so much tough. Rocket and White Tiger will clear this. It's possible I should have just gone full damage with everyone, but this scenario has punished me so many times when I think it's time to start doing that. Me personally, I'm happy to make this video take a half hour longer, an hour longer, if it means finally beating Magneto. I think I'll shuffle this off the top. Last one is wins. This is fine. Just go to my own tough. Up to 3. Annoying. can award that. Side by side's not even that great right now. Paid 3 for that. 3 from Mockingbird and 2 for that. That's a good turn though. Instead of Magic Blast, I can play Hawkeye. No, I want to play Magic Blast. Magic Blast, top card is Mental, so don't get anything extra from that. 5 damage, retaliate. Side by side. Let's buff stats actually. So Wong will attack for 3, which goes off on the bubble. Don't get retaliated because now it's out of play. Pay 3 for Mockingbird. Stun. Someone needs to thwart for 1. Doctor Strange will attack for 2 and then attack for 4. Rocket will be conservative. triple minions. Well, this is the only one with guard. Just in case all this card draw yields. I mean, look how much card draw this is. Yeah, this is just crazy. Okay. 3 makes white tiger draw 3. Meditation. Mockingbird. No. White tiger attacks a sentinel for 2. Rocket attacks it for 4. It'll die with 1 overkill. And give Magneto a tough. We'll happily change that tough into a stun. Yeah, there's no way we. Just debating if I have the damage. Well, if I have the damage, obviously we just win. But this is 5, 6 makes 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. If I do the damage option with Nick. But there's so many draws that can do even more. Or for Nick. Such as side by side. I didn't draw a Master of the Mystic Arts, so now I'll just Winds of Watum. And then we cycle this for Crimson Bands. Darn. I feel like even cycling it again should be enough for Crimson Bands. Especially with Master of the Mystic Arts in hand. Oh yeah. Pay 2 for Side by Side. Healing. Oh, do I? This is the last turn. Long's extra point of damage might make a difference. No, I've got an absurd amount of damage though. Okay, yeah, we'll stat buff. Wait, do I have? Here's 1 Crimson Bands. Here's another Crimson Bands. 1, 2, 3 more. Sweet. In that case, didn't matter which one I did. All right, so here's paying 1 for Master of the Mystic Arts, paying the cost of Crimson Bands, leaving it on top to do 7. Exhaust, spending 2 for Crimson Bands, dealing 7. Mockingbird and Nick finish it off. All right, everyone, I wanted to get a chance to watch it back to make sure it was a clean game before I made any comments on the match. I think it was. I didn't catch anything. Please let me know if there's something I missed, as I really want to have this notch in my belt of defeating Magneto on heroic difficulty with a clean game. I think after playing this matchup so many times, it's just so important how those early turns go for how the rest of the game is going to go. I've had games where just something happens early on that you can never quite come back from, and then the value of that accumulated over the subsequent turns really stops you from ever getting ahead. You just need to stay alive, and before you know it, like I mentioned one game where I got up to 3 acceleration icons on the main scheme, you just don't really have a chance to win anymore. So that can be from Advance, when you haven't defeated Sabotage Master Mold, you get the M-Type Sentinel. Fabian is I think I was actually underrating Fabian as an encounter card that's really hard to come back from if he gets into play. Those teamwork minions in general, they're just going to do extra attacks. You know, if you leave them in play, leave an M-Type Sentinel in play, you get blasted with Magnetic Missile. So in this game where I won, we really had nice early turns, encounter cards that weren't demanding anything immediately of us. We got the helmet, we got the Magnetic Mayhem side scheme that we ignored, we got the armor, and I wanted to deal with those eventually, but for those early setup turns when we're just getting our crucial upgrades in play, making sure we have allies to stay alive, those are totally fine draws. And then at a certain point, I think around turn 5 is when I hit Nick Fury off of the summoning spell. That was really the turn that catapulted me towards the victory, I feel. And then I think it might have been the turn right after that was my big Winds of Watum turn, playing it like 3 times off the top with Master of the Mystic Arts. And from there on, we're just so much ahead. We've got the allies in place to stay alive and answer any threats, and then just coasting from there. And that goes to my general philosophy around heroic. Just those early turns are so important with how the game is going to go. I also wanted to shout out Protective Ward. I think there was 2 really clutch Protective Wards early in that game, stopping an Exhaustion and stopping a Master of Magnetism that I would have probably died to or otherwise blocked with a full health Wong, which would have been pretty terrible as well, setting us far back. So Protective Ward really came in clutch there. I also wanted to shout out White Tiger and Hawkeye were both fantastic that game. I never had an awkward make the call or summoning spell into White Tiger. Hawkeye shot 3 arrows on a turn where a bunch of minions came out. Without that, I wouldn't have been able to clear all those minions, and like I said, that's what you leave one alive, just starts chipping away, and things can start to go downhill or stall out from there. So both of those changes I think were really excellent. Once again, let me know your thoughts on that style of video now that you've seen it all play out. It won't give the full picture of what I had in mind when I decided to do this, just because I ended up winning on only the second try. If this went multiple more tries, we could have seen a more interesting progression of the deck, explanation, a discussion of the things I'm learning, the mistakes I'm making that help me improve in the later games. Let me know if that's interesting to you. Let me know if in that final game where I post the full win, is it too hard to follow, that I'm not talking at all? Again, I hope you would understand that if I'm playing that 8 times, it's pretty exhausting to talk through every little thing I'm thinking about throughout the game. So let me know about that as well. I certainly won't do this for every scenario. Although it's an option, I still want to post games that stand alone. But if I'm learning things, right, I know those are really valuable videos as well. I want to show I'm not afraid to show my losses. I want to show that the joy of heroic for me, it's a lot about having this progression over time where you're challenged and you need to refine your strategy in order to end up accomplishing the victory. It's not like, I don't want to give you the wrong impression that I'm just winning first try every time and then you can't win your games, and so what am I doing wrong? I don't want to play this. It does take some work sometimes to fine-tune your deck, learn what the encounter cards are, what you need to play around. So I really like this idea for a video, but I'm curious what your feedback is, if it makes sense. For the hard villains, for every scenario, could I split it up into different videos? All options are on the table for me right now, but I like how this went, and I like not having to talk quite as much during the games. All right, so thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.